Them a go like me not hungry before. How them a go like me not stumble before. You have to make it when you're humble for sure. Crips in a cup and none around me a pour. How them a go like me born in the riches. How them there when man asleep on the floor.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Jay and I'm back with another video. So I know it's been a while since we have uploaded and people have been asking what's going on with the uploads and did we quit YouTube. And no, we did not. We didn't quit it. To get you guys updated on what's been happening, I had tested positive for COVID beginning of January. Yeah, I had tested positive for COVID, so it's been like, a hard time, making videos because of course you can't be around anybody. You have to stay isolated from everyone. So I was like by myself, and I mean I could have done videos by myself, but your girl was sick, so there's not like much. You're not really, when you have COVID, you're not really in that process of thinking, like, let me make a video, So, or at least I wasn't, it depends on your symptoms, like, how bad is it, and stuff like that. Mine wasn't that bad. I had mild, but I just wasn't in the headspace, the mind space to be making any video. How did I find out, like, that I had COVID and stuff like that? I'm going to get into all of that. I know that this video might be shocking to a lot of people because a lot of people did not know that I have COVID, and I just didn't want a lot of people to know. Because I just didn't want nobody to feel sorry for me. I didn't want anybody to feel nervous, like scared or anything. So I just kept it like just a small group that I wanted to know, like, that I was sick, basically. So yeah, I had COVID. How I found out that I had COVID, alright, so it's kind of like my story. I've watched many stories on COVID, and I see that a lot of people's stories are different. So I'm telling you mine. So I remember it was a Sunday morning. I took my hair out and I went in the shower and my hair got wet in the shower. So I wasn't feeling sick or anything. So after I got out of the shower, like I said, my hair got wet, and I didn't wait for my hair to dry properly. So what I did was, after an hour, I went outside and my hair was still like a little bit damp and everything. So I went outside and it's cold. Like here in Maryland, it's cold. Like it's very cold. And I went outside, and when I went outside, I started getting like the sniffles and like everything. Like I started sniffing, like my nose was starting to run. So I thought like, okay, yeah, it's because my hair got wet in the shower and I didn't wait for it to dry properly that, I started developing a cold. So that was that on the Sunday. The Monday, felt like a cold, like, like I said, it felt like a cold because before the whole shower thing where my hair got wet, I wasn't having no type of symptoms. So I wasn't expecting, it's supposed to be COVID or anything like that. I just thought like, okay, yeah, because it happened right after I took my shower and went outside. So, yeah, so that's what happened. And then, the Monday morning, I went to work and yeah, like my nose was runny. So I was like, okay, yeah, I really caught a cold. And I was just not thinking nothing of it or anything. So as the week went along, I noticed that, like, I think it was a Thursday or the Wednesday, Thursday, I realized that I could not smell. Like, when I say I couldn't smell, like, I mean I couldn't smell. Your girl was like blank. Like, and I was just like, yeah, something not right. And then it's like my nose bridge started to like burn. Like it had this burning sensation that I could not get rid of. And I was just like, oh my God, like what is going on with me? So, I was just like, yeah, something not right. So what my mom had did was I had told her, like I wasn't feeling well and that my nose was burning me and I can't smell nothing. And of course, first thing that came to her mind, was COVID. And I was just so in denial about it. Like, I'm like, no, no, no. Like, it was like after I came out my shower, like, X, Y, and Z happened, da, da, da. And then she was like, okay. And then that's when she had to boil, like, got peppermint, and she boiled some hot water and put the peppermint in the hot water and had me, like, inhale it, and I could not smell it. Like, I'm there, like my nose is, like, on shutdown. Like, I could not smell anything. And I was just like, oh my God. But the thing about it is, like, even though I could not smell, I could taste. Like, I know that a lot of people that had COVID or have COVID at the moment, I always notice that, like, when I watch videos and everything, I always hear people saying that, oh, their smell and their taste always go. But for my situation, no, it did not go. Like, my taste did not go. Only my smell. I could taste everything, but I could not smell. That's why I was, like, kind of in denial about, like, it being COVID, because I'm just like, oh, well, I'm watching all these videos and everybody's saying that they can't smell and they can't taste. So I'm just couldn't smell. So I was just like, yeah, maybe something else, because I do have sinus, and my sinus, like, sometimes it make my nose itch and burns and stuff like that. So I was just thinking, like, oh, maybe it's something, like an infection in my nose or something. I was just thinking, like, oh, like, yeah. So yeah, like, that had happened. I could have smelled the peppermint. Yeah, I just couldn't smell it. And that's when, I was just like, then I think that was when I was like, yeah, something's really wrong. But then again, I was very in denial about, COVID or whatever. And I believe that was the Friday or the Saturday. No, sorry. That was I think that was Thursday or the Friday. Because I know I did not go to work on a Thursday. Yeah, that my mom gave me the peppermint. So I went in my room, I'm trying to sniff everything, like I could not smell nothing or whatever. So, when you get sick and something happened, the first thing that you always go to is Google. So I went to Google and I started searching up a lot of things, and boom, of course it's gonna be, because COVID is the number one hotspot thing going on right now. So boom, that was the first thing that popped up, and then it was like something about nasal infection and stuff like that. And I went on YouTube and I started, like, looking up videos on people, what were the signs of COVID and stuff like that. So it was like the burn I got worse, like, on the Friday, if I'm not messing up the days. Like, I think it was like Thursday, my mom made me did the peppermint, and then Friday is when it got worse. Like, I was just like, yeah, something's not right. So I was like to my mom, I'm gonna call my doctor and schedule, like, an appointment, because I know that when I was watching the YouTube videos, I had seen something that says, sorry if I'm not pronouncing it. Sorry if I don't pronounce it right, and it's called anosmia, something like that. Like, sorry for, like, the people that technical about certain words. I think that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry. Yeah. So I thought, like, okay, maybe it could be that. But I was reading up on that, and I saw that people saying that, oh, some people never get back their smelling. So that was, like, kind of freaking me out when I read that, and it was just so much. So that was, like, freaking me out, and I was just like, oh my God, like, am I never going to be able to smell again and stuff like that. So I knew, like, if I had called my doctor and scheduled, like, an appointment, I knew my doctor was going to say to me, like, okay, did you go take a COVID test? So I was like, there's no way around this, because I know they're going to ask me to take it. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and take my test. And that's when I scheduled to take my test. And I went and took my test on the Saturday. And when I went into my test on the Saturday, that's when I found out. Like, normally, they would tell you, like, they would let you know in 24 hours. Oh my God, COVID was so strong on my test, like on that swab. Like, I went and go take the COVID test in the morning. Mind you, I did not take a rapid test. I did not. Um, and COVID was so strong. Like, I went in the morning and took my test. And by the time it was like 8 o'clock p.m., boom, my email, my test result came back, and I was positive. I wasn't scared or anything. I was kind of shocked, like, oh my God, like, I really have this thing in my body. And I was just saying to myself, like, damn, people really die from this stuff. And it's just like, I would have never thought that, I would really be experiencing this right now. I wasn't really like, oh my God, scared, like, freaked out. But I was just like, wow, I really have this stuff. And I was around my sister, I was around my mom, I was around my dad. And my mom and my dad is high risk. They're really high risk. My sister have asthma and stuff like that. So it was like, oh my God, like, I'm scared, like, okay, I exposed them, like, what if they have it and stuff like that. Like, I was just thinking stuff like that. So I had to go tell my mom. I was like, my mom, like, oh, I tested positive and stuff. And immediately, like, my mom was like, okay, like, you got to quarantine now and stuff like that. So I had to tell, like, my boss and my co-workers and stuff like that. And it was just like, oh my God. So yeah, I did a lot of read up on people asking how to get back their smell and their taste. That was like the number one thing that when I was watching videos, I see people asking, like, how do they get back their smell? How do they get back their taste and stuff like that? So I'm gonna, for those of y'all that's experiencing this, I'm gonna just give you some tips on what I did to get back my smell. Because like I said, I never lost my taste, and I did this and it really helped me. What I did was, first thing, I had seen that people were saying that, okay, lemon and honey, you should drink it and stuff like that. Let me tell y'all, that worked magic, okay? It works magic. If you are experiencing this right now and you're going through COVID right now where you don't have any smell, I don't really know about the taste, but I think people been saying that it works for the taste too. Yeah, you need to get yourself some lemon and honey, okay? And you drink that every single day. If you could drink it like 3 times a day, go for it, okay? Another thing that I had got was there's some ginger chewy things. I had got it at my local Caribbean store, and it's like a ginger. If I can insert pictures, I will show you like what what it looks like. And I had got me some Fix. I was like rubbing Fix on my nose. I was like smelling it. And another thing too, when you cannot smell, is to get back your smell, it's good for you to smell stuff. Like, don't just sit there and just be like, oh, I can't smell. Like, pick up, even if you can't smell things, like, pick up things and start smelling it, and like just smelling different things. Just keep, you're not gonna smell it, but that's okay. At least you're getting your scent back into working, or I don't know, like, just smell something. Just keep smelling a lot of different things. My friend had gave me some chewies. I don't know what it was, honestly. Like, I have to go ask her the name of it. And like I said, if I can put the pictures on the screen, I will. Yeah. And what else did I do? Oh, definitely, I had got some nasal spray, some saline one, and I would spray every time. That really helped me. I was like spraying it in my nose and doing all of that. Like, I was spraying, and you're gonna taste this the sea salt at the back of your throat, and that's good. Like, you're gonna taste that. I was taking a lot of vitamins too. I was taking a lot of vitamins, and I was drinking ginger tea as well. Like, I was drinking a lot of ginger tea, and a lot of water. It was just like a lot of things that I was taking. Oh, and I had seen this video where this guy was like saying, oh, get Listerine and gargle your throat and stuff like that. And that's what I did. But I think I only did that one time. But I would smell the Listerine and stuff like that. And I kept on doing those stuff. I don't know if I'm missing out anything. I'm sorry if I am. Um, oh, and I was like, I ate like oranges and stuff like that. Like I changed up my diet, and I was just eating all these healthy things and just mostly like drinking, like I said, lemon and honey and the ginger tea. Like I will always be drinking that. My mom would always give me that and my vitamins every single day. But I can honestly say when I started drinking that lemon and honey, like that's when like I started like to feel better. And yeah, that really helps. I can speak on that. That really helps. So get you some lemon and some honey and you drink that, okay? Like I say like 3 times a day, 2 times. If you're not a tea person like me, I don't know. When you're sick and you want to get better, you just got to do what you got to do, okay? So yeah, how did I get COVID? Honestly, that situation is like something that I really don't want to touch on, but it's just like, I believe that I caught it from somebody. And I kind of know who I caught it from because me and the person had the same symptom. And the person that goes out, I used to be a type of person that used to go out and not really go out because I don't go to clubs and all that. Like, we'll have my little group of friends and I would go, like, here and there, but there was an outbreak in that, so I had stopped going out. So I had to limit myself really, 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 really down to who I hang out with, because I know that some people that's some people that's going to be watching this video going to have something to say like, oh, I've been out. No. Nobody know my life. Nobody know what I do behind closed doors. You don't know where I go, so don't try to justify or try to pinpoint where I've been, because I had to really check somebody one time about talking about, oh, I've been out all about, and that's not true. I was not out in groupings, and people need to understand that you don't only get COVID out in groupings. You can go get it anywhere. Like, it's a thing that sits on surface, okay? So you can catch that stuff anywhere. You don't have to be in a group. And some people sit in their house and they get that stuff, okay? Like, you just have to be careful out here. My family, they had went and got tested, and they did not have it. Thank God I didn't have it. And in a way, I'm so happy that, like, I was the one that, in my household that had it, because I would want my sister to get it. I definitely would not want my dad to get it, because if you know about my dad, you know why I would say I wouldn't want him to get it, and my mom as well. So, no. So I'm kind of happy the way that it happened to me and they tested negative, because honestly, like, that thing have you feel some type of way, like, every now and for me, like, my symptoms, like I said, was mild, but also it had me feeling, sometimes like, that thing would have you, like, for me, it would have you want to sleep all the time. I remember one of the worst episodes that I had with it was, yeah, one day I was, like, sitting down on the bed, and I was talking to someone on FaceTime, and out the blue, it's like, you know how when you feel like you push like a car up the hill, like a wheelbarrow up the hill, and when you get to the top, it's like you feel so out of breath and you feel breathless. That's how I felt. Like, this tiredness, like this weight just hit me out the blue. Like, it was so bad. Like, I felt like if I had closed my eyes and lay down, I probably would have never woke up. That's how I felt. And I had to call my sister, and I was just like, like, I don't feel good at all. I feel like if I close my eyes, that's just it for me. So when that tiredness and that feeling came over me, honestly, I'm not even lying. I got scared. I got up and I started exercising. So, those of you who know me, when do you see Jay be exercising? Girl, let me tell you, boy, let me tell you. I got up so quick and I started exercising. And I called my sister and I was like to her, like, you gotta exercise with me because I'm not sure. I am not going out by myself. It sounds funny, but I was being so serious. Like, And I got up and I was exercising. I was running around my room. I was stretching. I was like, like I was trying to get my like that weight off of me. Like, I was so scared. Like, I felt like if I had laid down and closed my eyes, I felt like I would have not make it. Like, that's how it made me feel. And I had to get up and I just kept on pushing and fighting and everything until like I realized like, okay, I started feeling better. Like, I was working out for like 30 minutes or so. I don't even know. Like, when you're in that situation, you weren't even timing how long you doing something, okay? And I just remember watching this one video where, when COVID at first came out, I remember this guy, he was on the news and he was like saying that, oh, like, with the virus, it makes you feel like you want to sleep, and that's what it wants. It wants you to get tired so it can take over your lungs, and then it give you breathing problems and stuff like that. And then when I felt like that, like, I started feeling like I couldn't breathe, maybe because I was panicking. I don't know what was happening to me. Maybe my breath was like leaving. I don't know what was happening. Like, at that time, like, I wasn't even thinking about that. Like, I just felt like, yeah, and that was just like one of the worst nights. There was times when I felt like really tired. And the thing is, like, every time my mom would always like hit me up and she would say to me like, are you okay? And sometimes like I would be feeling like sick, but I would always tell her I'm okay. And Mommy, you watching this video? I'm sorry. I did not want to freak out my mom because I know how my mom is and I know how she gets, and my mom loves me dearly and I love my mom dearly as well. And I didn't want to freak her out because I know if I told her like, oh, I feel this type of way or whatever, she would start freaking out. I didn't want her to freak out. So there was times when she would call me and I would like, not feel well, but I wasn't really feeling bad, but I didn't feel too good. And you know how mothers are, and you know how my dad is, because he would call me as well and ask me like, how you feeling, this and that, and I would like them and say like, oh yeah, like I'm feeling okay or whatever, when really and truly like I was just probably going through a little mild episode, but I did not want to freak them out. That's why I did not tell a lot of people that I had COVID or at the time have it. I didn't want to tell a lot of people because I just didn't want to freak people out. So, yeah. So, normally 2 weeks it takes for you to get tests. Like, they would test you back again, like, every 2 weeks. For me, it took them like 3 weeks to retest me. It was like 3 weeks. But when I went into my second test, thank God Almighty, your girl was COVID free. So I went back to work at the end of January, like the last week of January. I went back to work. I was supposed to go back the 18th, but honestly, something else had happened to me, so I had to take another week out, and yeah. So I felt like it was good too because I just had to sit that out. Like, I felt like I needed 1 more week because they wanted to send me back to work without getting a retest, and that was crazy. I did not feel comfortable going back to work, and your girl didn't know she still had COVID or not. So, things happen for a reason, and I'm happy how things played out, at the end. So I was able to find out my results before I went back to work. Yeah, that's why we've been like, we haven't been making videos. We just been chilling because I've been sick, and I'm literally just start getting back up on my feet, and yeah. So that's my story. If you have any questions, I'm pretty sure I didn't say everything in this video, because I'm all over the place right now. As you can tell, like, my mind is just going. So if you have any personal question that you want to ask me, or if anything that I have forgot to mention and you would like to know, feel free to hit me up on my social medias. Well, only my Instagram will be down below. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and tell each and every one of your family members, your auntie, your dog, your uncle, your baby mama, your wife, your husband, your sugar daddy, anybody. Tell them to come along and join the Nisi and J squad. It's lit over here. And if you have any ideas of any videos that you would like to see us do, feel free to message us with any suggestions that you have. All suggestions are welcome. So until next time, bye. Love y'all.